Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Welcome to episode 61 or 62 of the LegacyKnitz podcast. I don't know which one. My name is Chelsea.
My name is Sue.
I am the mother-daughter.
I am the mother-grandmother.
And this is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, rug hooking, yarn dyeing.
Stitching like crazy.
Stitching. I always miss stitching. I don't know how I forget.
Oh, and I have so much stitching to show.
You do, because you have been a stitching fiend. So yeah, it's a crafty podcast. I'm coming to you from Burlington, Vermont.
Vernon, Connecticut.
And yeah, it's been a couple weeks since we saw you guys last.
I am so happy we have been able to really almost stick to a schedule for you having a brand new baby.
Yeah, it's been really...
Look at that mug.
I know, this is one of my newer ones. I got this at the Made in Vermont Expo a few weeks back. I'm so excited. So I got a mug. This is for anybody that's a new viewer. One, welcome to the podcast. We hope you enjoy. And two, thank you to all of our returning viewers. We are so happy to see you back here. But yes, I got this at the Made in Vermont Expo, and this is, again, for any new viewers, Doghouse Pottery. It's one of our very good friends, Amanda, her small business that she runs out of Vermont, and she started her business, and the minute she started, we were like, we want this, we want this, we want this. So we've built up a really good rapport with her, and just keep buying her stuff.
Yes, she's so talented. I love pottery. I love it, but I've never been like, I have to have it. I have to have hers.
I totally agree with you.
It's so unique. It's so earthy, crunchy, for lack of a better. It's true pottery to me.
Yeah, it's very like organic looking. And
yes.
Yeah, she's a very talented artist, and she's actually on the hunt for a house right now so that she can really establish a like studio area for herself. But she's still managing to make quite a bit. She has quite a few stockists around the area, and
do you think that she might teach us how to use the wheel?
Oh, I'm sure she would if we want.
Wouldn't you love to take lessons from her?
Yeah.
Not that I would do anything with it, but I have always wanted to know how to use a potter's wheel.
Oh, I'm sure she would. Like, totally. If we were both up here, she's such a cool person too. Like, she'd just be fun to hang out with anyway.
I can tell. I love her, and I've never met her. I feel like we could be best friends.
Cool. I know. The time will come where I'm sure you guys will be best friends.
I know. I can't wait to meet her. I feel like I'll meet her this summer probably when I'm up there.
Yes.
Hopefully she'll be at an event or we'll run into her.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yes.
I got this mug with a handle, and then I got the exact same mug without a handle. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to use the cup, which I'm just calling it a cup, for like in the bathroom if you need like a glass of water.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. And I'm drinking green tea for anybody that's curious.
Oh, I'm drinking water.
Water. I have water too because I have a little bit of a headache for some reason.
I woke up a little headachy myself. Of course, it's probably the weather because look at me with the vest on because it's in the 40s. Tomorrow's going to be 70s. Wednesday, high 70s. Okay, so let's talk about it. Vermont. Maryland Sheep and Wool is this weekend, which means Needles Up is this weekend. And the reason I'm going straight there is because the weather is going to be fantastic for the actual Maryland Sheep and Wool and Needles Up, but we are inside, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, having said that, I don't think we're actually going to Maryland Sheep and Wool. I think we're going to have to head back.
It's a whirlwind weekend for you guys.
It's a very busy weekend. It's a very busy time. But yeah, who knows? It depends on if I wake up Saturday morning, like early enough that we could do a run through. I just know we really kind of need to get back. We need to get the van back. Then we have little Isabel that Jacob is here, but we don't leave her for very long, even when he's here, because he's in and out. So
Right.
So yeah.
Super exciting. Super, super exciting.
I cannot wait. Should we go right into Needles Up and then get on to our knitting? Because I feel like it will do like a backtrack then. It's Friday. I'm super excited. Everything is packed. All the IKEA bags are packed. All they have left. Well, I have a few things. I have a few special orders people are requesting that I would like to get dyed up and down there so that I can save people on shipping, myself included, because I hate shipping. And anytime I don't have to, I'm happy to. So And one of those orders, I was just talking to, I forgot her name already, but on Periscope, she wanted a sweater's quantity of dragon's eggs from Skein of Thrones, which made me think I need to bring those colors because they weren't available. Well, they were.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did I think I did 100 a month. So 100 people have them, most of them. So I thought I've got to bring those out into the general population now. And dragon's eggs is fantastic.
It is, because I remember it, and I remember it was one of my favorites. I actually got
It,
it in my Pinguono.
so I can't remember. So I'm going to do a sweater's quantity of that for someone for their. So yeah, I forgot how I start. I think it was to talk about Skein of Thrones, how that will be reemerging because it will be fun doing some different colorways for a while. I've been so focused. However, the Lily P line will come back strong when I get home from Maryland, depending on what we have left. That will all go right into the shop. And other than that, I will be dying it like crazy. So yeah. So anyone who doesn't know what Needles Up is, it's an event that Andy of Andre Sunitz, myself, and Chelsea host twice a year, once at Rhinebeck and once at Maryland. And our vendors are fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
That's the part that I'm in awe of, that group of vendors was willing to do this with us.
Mm-hmm.
It's so amazing because they, to me, are all tops in their fields.
For sure.
Like tops. So it's quite an honor to have them at our event. It really, really is. But if you, again, you can go to www.needlesup.com and Chelsea will put it. I always love when people do this down there. Yeah. And whenever they do it, it's exactly where the letters fall.
I have not figured out how to make that magically happen, but yes, I love it too. And I think, you know who does it so well, I think, is the Hey Sisters.
I have them on right now in the background.
Do you really?
I'm gonna watch they're coming to they're gonna be at the Needles Up VIP, which I'm so sad that you're not gonna be able to meet them.
My heart hurts a little bit when I think about it because I would so love to meet them.
I know, just because we're pretty sure that Henry and Lily are gonna be a couple.
I was talking with Tabby because she had posted something about Henry starting to suck his thumb, and I sent her a picture back, and I was like, "Oh, we have one too, Lily." It, and so we chatted very briefly, but yeah,
yeah.
Her and...
Every time, I think I told you this, and I did it once, but every time she posts a picture of Henry, I want to go, "Oh, Henry," and I know it will just become really obnoxious, so I only did it once. I won't do it again. I will do it when I see her, though.
Oh, and he's so cute.
He's so cute. Oh my gosh. And Rachel's little girl, which I can't remember her name. Yeah. They just have beautiful families. Just beautiful.
They make beautiful children.
Yes, they do. So they are going to be at the VIP hour, which is really exciting. So yeah. So all I have left to do, because the packing is 99.9% done. All I have to do is put these pins, and there's a pile of them over here, on their little cards and in their bags. And it's one of my favorite jobs. Is that weird?
No, I feel like it's very therapeutic.
It's very therapeutic. And those will be in a big basket. I already have some started. And there's a few left in the shop. And I do want to take all of these with us, but we will add all of the remainders to the shop when we get back.
And we can always replenish too. If
we can. I feel like, though, we've sold so many that probably everyone and their brother has one already.
I know.
I'm pretty sure.
There's like 4 of them. We're like, here, have another.
Yeah, have another. No, I already have 10. I know. So one last thing, Needles Up, is I hope you all saw on Instagram, on Legacy Fiber Arts, on Instagram, right? Yeah. You'll put that down there too. I'm going to keep moving my hand, so eventually you'll get it exactly. We have this great Instagram offer, which has Bundle Up Betty, Bobby, 2 skeins of Legacy. One is one of a kind, and the other is Violet, You're Turning Violet. Mm-hmm. And then there's some Chelseaknitz needles. There's some really cool scissors. There's an Addy Turbo. It's packed.
Huh.
It's packed. So go over on Instagram. You tell them what they have to do because I don't know.
So if you go to Legacy Fiber Arts Instagram, I'll put the handle on the screen. All you have to do is repost the picture and comment. Just mention someone down below in the comments that you think might be interested in it, and we'll be pulling from the comments. And this is actually good that you're having me do this. The only comments that are eligible are the ones under the Legacy Fiber Arts thread. So if you see somebody reposted it, don't comment under their repost. Make sure you go to the original post at Legacy Fiber Arts Instagram and comment there. Because I know a few people had been doing that, and I was like, oh, shoot, I really need to make sure people know. So,
perfect.
Yes.
And having said that, at Needles Up, the event itself, we have 3 goodie bags that we will be giving as door prizes, probably one every hour. We're going to kind of leave that up to the lovely Yarn Cafe Creation and Dragon Horde yarn people, who are Christy and Tristan, and their names I stumble over, and it's ridiculous because I know them. I shouldn't be stumbling over their names. I do it constantly. Christy and Tristan are our bouncers. So, which is so funny because they're this big.
It's like AKA crowd control. Like
crowd control.
Anybody out of the event, but they're just helping us kind of control the flow of people. But
yes, because we will be doing that again, although our space is much bigger than our original space. So it won't be as vital, but we like it to be a pleasant shopping experience, not super crowded. So they will be helping us with that, and they will be coming up with creative ways to give away those door prizes.
Which I can't wait because their personalities are like perfect for that.
They are. It will be perfect. And as I was saying that, I thought of another thing. Oh, if you're on the VIP list, people are confused by this, and I understand why. We do not print tickets or send tickets. It's just a lot of extra work. I think there's some cost involved, and we like to keep them at a good price. We don't like to add costs anywhere that's not necessary. So I have the list.
Yes. So yes, for anybody that bought a ticket, don't print anything out. Just show up. Tell us your name.
Yes.
Some people bought multiple tickets. As long as you're there to tell us who the other tickets are for.
Yes. So it could say you could have bought 4 tickets. It would say Chelsea Stokes, Chelsea Stokes. Oh, you're not Chelsea Stokes anymore. Darn it. Oh, it's really bad. Chelsea Zakarowicz. And you will just say, I have 4 people. Or someone will say, I am on her ticket.
Yeah.
It's not at all. I say it's not at all confusing. It's really not. We don't make it. We keep it simple. Don't worry. And I'm pretty sure it starts at 1. VIP is at 1 from 1 to 2.
I believe you're right.
Yes. So I have had multiple questions about that. So maybe somewhere in our title we'll include Needles Up so people will know that we've kind of had a discussion around Needles Up in case they have any questions.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. I'm tired of talking.
It's so, oh my gosh, I know. I know. Towards the beginning, it's just like talk.
I know.
But yeah, no, it's super exciting.
We're so excited.
Countdown's on.
Yeah, so excited. We rented a van. Thank God Dad's driving. Hopefully he doesn't have to work on the way and then I'd have to drive, but hopefully not. I have my knitting ready, what I'm going to knit on for 5 or 6 hours.
It's a haul.
It's a haul. We're so spoiled by Rhinebeck.
No.
You're not. We are.
It's about the same. Well, no. Maryland is obviously farther, but Rhinebeck is about 3.5 hours for us. Which
that's not even too bad.
It's not too bad. And people who like fly from across the country are like, shut up. It's a 3.
I know. And honestly, we're like 2 hours and 15 minutes. Like we are a day trip for Rhinebeck.
Easy.
Yeah. So
anyways.
So our little Miss Lily's sleeping, so we're able to podcast.
Sleeping. I have this little heater on my lap.
Oh, Mr. Romy. I love his haircut.
He looks so handsome.
So handsome. He's like, really? I'm not interested in this.
Like, I'm really just enjoying laying on your lap. He me sweat, though.
I'm freezing, which is ridiculous.
I know. I woke up this morning and I was like, should I turn the heat on? I didn't. But
I know. I'm pretty sure I did. It's okay. So, yeah, what has your week been like? 2 weeks.
I know it has been a while. It's been good. It's been busy. We've been doing, I kind of alluded to this last time. I still don't know if I'll share yet because I'm still a little preemptive, but we have a lot of like life things going on, which is exciting, but it's been eating up a lot of my time in a good way. So there's been that, and I'm being really cryptic, but I will tell you soon enough what's going on. All good. No, not bad. And then I've been knitting. I've been doing a little bit of fancy feet knitting, but I've kind of lost my fancy feet mojo. I did like a poll on Instagram to ask people what second pattern I should be doing. And I got a lot of great suggestions, so now I just need to go through them and pick one.
Yeah. So tell for people who aren't aware, and a lot of people have already started, they're using the hashtag.
Yes.
And it makes me so happy. And I'm participating even, which quite often I can't. And once you tell, I'll show what I'm participating with, and I'm so excited about.
Yes. Okay, so it's the Fancy Feet Knit Along. It is running until June 20th, I believe, and that is the first day of summer. So it's kind of our springtime knit along. And it's basically you knit any sock pattern that's textured. So basically what I'm telling people, because it is a little bit confusing, like the word textured, like does that include cables? Does that include lacework? It includes everything. Basically, as long as it's an adult sock pattern and like no color work is kind of out. It's really more of just like a beautifully textured like eyelets, cables, waffle knits, anything like that.
Anything that isn't a vanilla sock.
Yes, exactly.
And that's really it.
And it has to be an adult size pair.
Yes.
But yes, so we're doing that, and like we are going to continue to do with all of our knit-alongs. Anybody that uses Legacy Fiber Arts yarn gets an additional post on the Ravelry Finished Object thread, which is doubling your chance of winning our prize pack.
Now tell me this, can they do more than one pair? Like, so they can enter more than one pair or only one pair?
Yes. I believe in the rule.
I think they should be able to.
Totally. It's 2 months. If people knit socks and you knit them nonstop, let's award you for your efforts. That's amazing.
And having said that, I wish I knew the list, but I know there's lists of other knit-alongs that you could double, triple, quadruple. There's tons of sock knit-alongs right now. I believe the Yarn Cafe Creation Girls have one. I know Jacqueline of Brooklyn Tweed is having her Clark sock.
Brooklyn Knit Folk, but yes.
Thank you. Gosh, Brooklyn Tweed, whatever. Yes, Brooklyn Knit Folk. There's so many. Box of socks from Kristen. I feel like Kay is doing one. Crazy Sock Lady.
I think you're right too. Yep.
So you have so many opportunities to win so many prizes. So check those out.
Take advantage.
And I'm wondering, should we have a thread where people could say if they're doing a knit along too? So people would be aware of who else was having them?
I could definitely set that up.
I say that. I don't even know how Ravelry works. And now I'm making you like solve problems.
I could 100% do that.
But it might be fun so people know all the opportunities.
I totally agree. So also, if anybody knows of opportunities that we haven't listed here, put them down in the comments thread, so that way I can add them to that thread.
Perfect.
Last part about this, and somebody asked me, and I was like, I feel so neglectful. You can crochet a sock too. This is not just a knit along, and I feel like that goes kind of across the board for any of our knit alongs.
Any of our knit alongs, I agree. It could be knit or crochet. I don't think of it myself either. I always just assume it. To me, they're one and the same in a sense. So I always assume that even if I were doing a knit along, I think I would be like, oh, I'm going to crochet for that one.
Yeah. And that is totally fine. And my apologies for not mentioning it, because I know that must be really frustrating as someone who like exclusively crochets to watch these fiber podcasts and be like, well, all they're talking about is knitting. Crocheting, like you said, to me, they're one and the same. Like
they're one and the same.
Like absolutely crochet your heart out. Crochet yourself some socks, put it in there. Like,
I would love to see crocheted socks. I've never been attracted to crocheting socks. I love to crochet, but socks is not one of the items I think I would enjoy. So yeah,
I would love to see a pair of crocheted socks. So I'm hoping the woman that asked me actually participates, because I would love to see her finished object.
Yes, that is so exciting.
So yes, that is our knit along. Thank you for everyone that's already started participating. Yeah.
So do you want me to show my sock?
I would love for you to show your sock.
Oh my gosh. So I decided that I was going to do Gypsy Soul by Kay, Crazy Sock Lady Kay, who I adore and who is going to be at Needles Up. And that just makes me so happy. And Rhinebeck this year again. So you'll get to see her.
We'll get to see her.
This picture does not show it, give it justice because it's in black and white. Not because it's not a good picture, but mine.
Oh my god.
Okay, there's quite a few things. First of all, I'm using elephant ears because you're gonna see later I'm pretty much obsessed with elephant ears.
Because it's beautiful.
It's a little out of control. What do I love about this pattern? So many things. So I think I talked about this on my Periscope maybe. Like typically I like to put a pattern on both sides. And I just have always done that for no other reason than that. And I noticed that Kay only did it on one side. And I was like, maybe I'll do it on the back too. Like, because you can if you want to. There's nothing saying. And then I'm like, no, you know what? She designed it this way. I'm going to do it this way. Yeah. I am so happy that I did it this way. Mm-hmm. So the back is just plain. This I knit, I'm not kidding you, probably in a matter of hours.
Oh, I remember when you cast it on and then you were like, here's the picture. And I was like,
yeah. So there's no cable needle necessary, which I love that. The design is just simple but elegant. And what it does, this design in our neutrals, is fantastic. I love, and I know a lot of people have purchased them, our neutrals. For the socks. And I believe right now, I don't know because I took the rack down that I keep up in here. I believe I have a good amount of neutrals in the shop on steel toes. I'm bringing it all to Maryland, but I know I had some in the shop too. But I think the neutrals on a fancy sock just lets it pop without being, I mean, solid colors are beautiful too, but I love a little texture.
Yeah.
Besides the texture.
Yeah, exactly. I love our neutrals because see those beautiful rich pops of like violet in there?
I love that.
It's like I get super excited when I like go to throw a stitch and I'm like, oh my god, look at this beautiful purple.
Well, wait till you see what I'm working on when that comes up and that happens. It's like, oh my gosh.
I love it. And you're knitting it magic loop.
I am, which I'm not thrilled with. And I could easily transfer it to double points by keeping just the pattern on one needle and then breaking up this to two. But I am afraid I'm going to change my gauge because I don't have, I say that I should see, I might have some hayas in this. Like I know I have my Knit Pro Zings, but I think I do. I'm going to look that up. I am not at all liking magic loop anymore.
No.
And I know I will again.
Right.
I know it's a phase. We all do this. We talked about it. We all do this. But I'm not enjoying it at all. It's cumbersome. I don't like it.
I know. I'm totally with you there. But it does, the sock looks beautiful. And
thank you. It works. I mean, it's really easy. For a lot of times when you do have patterns, magic loop makes more sense because you don't want to break that pattern. But with this one, because it's a solid, it's almost like doing the heel flap on double points. You put all those stitches on one needle and the other on two.
So it's good to know for anybody that does want to do it on DPNs. Start with DPNs because you can totally do it.
You can totally do it. Yeah. And I was just not feeling adventurous and like having to think too much. So I was like, but having said that, I am pretty sure in my needle case, which I've lost. Oh, right here. I still haven't put all my needles in. One just fell out. Oh my gosh, two just fell out. Okay. That's interesting that they fell. I think I do. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, look. Oh, they're so beautiful.
I think these here might be the right size. I want to go, next time I come up, we're going back to Muscle of Yarn and filling up another needle case. That sounds so luxurious and spoiled, but when you're using the Knit Pro Zings, it is not unattainable.
No. No,
at all. And I am using them on another thing I'm working on, circulars.
I can't wait to see it. Oh,
I
I
know.
have seen it, but I don't know if you've gotten any more progress done.
A little bit.
All right, so I'll show you my sock.
Okay.
So I'm just going to show you my Cyril sock. I sent my first Cyril sock to Mom as a sample for Needles Up.
Yes, I am bringing beautiful samples to Needles Up of shawls and socks. Not like, don't think you're coming and seeing like hundreds and hundreds, like 2 or 3.
Enough. So these.
I need to find all my double point holders.
I found a few of mine when I was doing my big like purge, and I love them. I think Seashore Sharon might have sent this one to me.
Yes, she absolutely did, because that one I have right here on one of my socks. I have way too many socks started that aren't.
Because I love the color combination. I love the fabric. I love all of it.
I do too. I don't think I'm going to get to see Sharon at Maryland. I don't think she's going. Darn it.
Rhinebeck. Or we'll
Right.
honestly, we have to make a trip down to visit Paige and
Paige.
because I feel like Lily needs to meet Seashore Sharon.
I agree. So we should plan a trip down and do knitting on the beach with them. Paige does knitting on the beach, like knit night on the beach.
Okay, let's put that on our calendar. Paige, we're coming.
I'm saying that. I hope I'm not making that up, Paige. I feel like I've heard her talk about it.
Even if she is making it up, we'll make it happen.
We'll make it happen.
Make it happen. Knitting on the beach.
Oh.
So yes, this is how far I've gotten in my second sock. And it isn't super far, but you'll be able to see why in a few minutes. But it is a Cyril sock by Dani George of Little Bobbins Knits podcast and Little Bobbins Designs, I think is what she's under on Ravelry. Again, for anybody that watches the podcast, you've seen the first sock that I finished. But for anybody that's new, this is knit out of our Legacy Fiber Artz, Cozy Toes, and our Foxtails colorway. I've spoke about it before, but this pattern is wonderful. I love the finished object. As a matter of fact, I love this finished object so much that is what's making finding another sock pattern so challenging for me, because I'm loving knitting these so much, and I love the way they hug my foot, and I'm like, anything that doesn't have this kind of structure to it, I'm like, I don't want to knit it. I want to knit something like this.
You do need that. You do need it in order for a good fitting sock. But have you done the Mercury sock yet?
I want to say I started knitting a Mercury sock way back when it got released.
We have the piano going here. We have the baby there.
Plus the TV is on blast to keep her quiet. But yeah, so I did, and that was actually one that I had thought about for my second pair of socks, which I'll show you.
The only thing with the Mercury, and I can't remember who designed it, and I'm sorry for that, it's very lacy, so it's very stretchy.
And that's my thing, is like, I want to. So this is what I'm knitting on right now for the Fancy Feet KAL, but I am going to be doing a second sock, and I'm going to be knitting it out of the Sprout colorway.
Oh, I love Sprout.
This is Legacy Fiber Arts Cozy Toes in our Sprout Neutral. It's getting totally blown out right now.
There you go. Perfect.
And I did put a call out on Instagram for everybody to recommend their patterns that they love the most. And so many of you answered, and I have to go through all of them, but I saw a lot of Hermione's Everyday Socks. I know Jacqueline's pattern, the Clark socks, I am dying to knit. I don't know if this yarn suits it, though.
I think so.
You think so?
Mm-hmm. I do think so. I think because of all the cables, anything that doesn't, well, I say that I've seen them done with a lot of color too, and they're super pretty. I just love the lightness of these, so it really pops the design, because you're working so hard to make that design. But you all know my favorite sock pattern is
Socks.
Cookie A's Monkey Sock is my all-time favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to bring one up with me so you can see the tricks to it. There's so many tricks that make it so easy.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll have you do that, because that would be fun.
That would be a pretty one. Although right now I have one going with your mermaid tail, which I've got to dye that up.
I know.
It's a fantastic color.
Let me go grab her really quick before she does it.
Okay. Having a piano. Good morning, my girl. Oh my gosh, that face.
Yes.
She's smiling at me. Are you smiling at me, Lily girl?
Hi, Granny.
Hi. Good morning, Lily girl. Her hair has like bedhead.
You have a little bedhead going on.
It feels like it's getting, like it's changing its texture.
I feel like it is very slowly. It's definitely getting blonde too.
Oh, she's going to be a blondie. Poor daddy. Sorry.
Daddy.
Poor daddy.
Oh.
Like, Grammy, what you doing?
Can I put you down on your toy? Your little toy?
Gonna go play? Oh boy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right.
Okay.
Come on. Can you go under there? Good boy. All right. Okay, so yes, those are my fancy feet Kals. I might do the Clark socks. I feel like I have enough time though that I can finish these and really think about it.
Yes, I would wait till something strikes you. I would love to make the Clark socks. I think they're beautiful.
I do too.
Beautiful. I love a design down. Plus, I think she's got something a little on the back. Or maybe the same design down. I don't know.
I think you might be right. And my problem is I picture the Clark socks in like a really rich, earthy color for some reason, like a maroon or like. So
I tend to agree with you. I see that now as you're saying sprout. It's a more it's like a work sock. Not sturdy, like a, I don't know. I know what you mean though. Like the picture of Jacqueline in her foot.
yes.
That's the look I think of with her. I think that's what we've been trained to think with that.
And then
So
yeah, for this I'm like it screams like something floral or leafy or eyelid-y or
yeah, I agree with you. You know what the Clark one would be gorgeous is parchment.
Yes.
With the blues and browns.
That is very true.
I agree with you now that we're talking about it. I do agree. Sprout is a little too florally for that.
Yeah. It just seems a little too delicate, but
yeah, I agree. 100%.
So yeah, those are and of course I'm knitting both socks on Knitter's Pride Zings US size ones.
Love it. I feel like I'm at a really weird place with socks that's annoying. I keep like finding a yarn I like and like casting one on and then putting it aside and then I'm like, whatever. I think I've lost my sock knitting mojo. But having said that, I will bring my perfect pair for the ride because sometimes I like a sock in the car, like a mindless. Although what I'm working on now is a good knit for the car, but it's DK, which I don't know. It's just weird.
There's something about a sock because it's so compact, so just like
yeah, not a couple balls of yarn rolling around. It's you're right. It's the compactness.
Yeah. But why don't you show us what you're working on?
Okay, so I have been dying to knit a sweater. Like I'm watching everyone knitting sweaters. I'm like, I want sweaters. It's ridiculous that I am a knitter and I have very few sweaters. Very few sweaters. Quite often it's because I don't have the wherewithal to stick with it. They take me forever, which is really just my own fault. And then I was like, I want to make a fingering sweater. And then I'm like, you're ridiculous because those are the ones that sit forever. So don't set yourself up for failure, in other words. So I've been looking and looking for a DK sweater. Like, oh, I want to make a cardigan. I didn't want it to be too much work. I didn't want a lot of cables. And the ones I kept finding were a lot of work. Like it just felt like a lot of concentration. And then you had said, Mom, just make the comfort fade cardigan. I was like, yeah, but I don't want to fade. And I've thought of that. And then you were like, well, don't fade it. It's like, yeah, I've thought of that too. And then all of a sudden I had to make it.
Yeah.
Like it hit me. That is the one. Because I like the collar. I like the design. I did not want to fade it. I talked about it on my Periscope this morning. It's not, fades are really pretty, but I want to I like a more of a classic look if I'm gonna, I have one fade. That's all I need, kind of. But all these fade patterns are gorgeous. You just don't have to fade them if you're not into fading. So, and then I wanted to use our yarn. I wanted to use our DK base because I love it. And I wanted to use a neutral. So what neutral did I use? Let's guess. Elephant ears. I can't get enough of it.
So funny because all of the colors in your outfit today are elephant ear colors.
I can't get enough of it. And I'm not a pink person. And so originally I was like, yeah, but I don't like reverse stockinette. I don't like the purl side showing, for those of you who don't know what that is. But I like the fine detail of the knit stitch on the like a raglan. So I was like, okay. And then, because honestly, at this point, I could turn it around and change my mind. I don't like the color as much on the knit side as I do on the purl side.
I totally agree.
So it's the Comfort Fade Cardi. I would love to, by the time I get in the car to go to Maryland, have the sleeves, like, what do you call that?
Like splitting for the sleeve?
Yes, splitting. Thank you. I'm like totally drew a blank. So that I'm just knitting and purling forever and ever. And even if there's shaping in there, I might choose not. Well, I do like a little waist shaping sometimes. We'll see. So I am absolutely using 2 balls and alternating them. I really believe that is a must. And I didn't say that years ago. I was lazy. Even as I started this one, I always play with the idea of not doing it. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And I've learned that through my Madewell with my Molly yarn. It's not worth it. You always get a line. Mm-hmm. Always. It's almost impossible. As a hand dyer, it's impossible.
That's the thing. It's like with hand-dyed yarn, you really need to do it. And even like, I know for Malabrigo, like I have pretty good...
Oh, yeah.
But like it's still not a bad idea to do it.
I absolutely would with any color variation.
Yeah.
Any color variation. So it's your typical top down, super easy. I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm using my Knitter's Pride. I will say, not Knit Pro Zings. I will say, because of the make one left, make one right, where you have to do a little picking, I would like them to be a little sharper.
Somebody else just recently said that. It might have been Tristan. Or was it Tristan? I can't remember, but somebody that I was watching recently did say that.
Just for that point. Mm-hmm. Other than that, oh my gosh, I love them. Mm-hmm. And for a size...
So I think our size 5.
6. I think they're 6s.
Blue?
Yeah.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I'm supposed to be using 6s, so I hope they are, but maybe they're not. Anyways, it's still a really sharp point. It's not to say it's not. I just love when I have to make one left and right. I like to not have to fuss with it. And I'm having to fuss a little, but soon I will be done with that part and I will be thrilled.
Yeah, exactly.
So I love it. Oh my gosh, I dyed up so much yarn for this because of course I'm doing way bigger than I need to because that's what I do. And I like a bigger sweater.
Oh, pretty. Oh,
I love, love, love this colorway.
I can't wait to see that sweater.
I can't either. So I hope that I'm going to work on it because I'm kind of obsessed with some stitching going on right now. But I'd love to get to, so for 5 hours, I could make such a dent in this.
Mm-hmm. You totally could. Especially
such a dent.
If you get past the sleeve separation.
Oh, I don't even have to look at that point.
Exactly.
Don't even have to look. So this is what I'm working on. This in the sock, I think.
I love it.
And then I finish something. You're going to die.
Oh, yes. Did you block it?
Except I didn't have time to weave in all the ends, which I have to for needles up because I'm going to bring it, obviously.
I can't wait to see it. Okay, so I am also knitting a sweater. And I'm almost done with it. It's one that I've had on my needles forever. I started really knitting furiously on it. What did I do? when I was waiting for Lily to be born. And it's a worsted boxy. It's the second time I'm knitting this pattern. And I
Oh, it's so pretty.
thank you. I love the color. So when I picked this up like the end of last week, I was probably about here, maybe even farther actually. But anyway, and I was able to finish the whole body, seam it together, which I love this pattern because you seam it together with a 3 needle.
Love that.
Love it. The 3 needle bind off.
I do that whenever possible.
Me too. It's so much easier. I find it to be so much easier.
Let's just face it. I do it on socks.
Oh, me too.
That horrifies some people, not me.
Why?
I don't know. When I used to work at a store, it horrified the owner.
It's the only way I'll ever do it.
Me too. I think it's stronger. People. Getting dizzy.
I think we just arrived at the end of time.
I know. Too. Some people say that they could feel the seam because it creates like if you flip that inside out, there's a little ridge. Yeah. Well, obviously with worsted weight, there's a big ridge.
Right.
But I have never felt that seam. I've never felt that somebody has told me like, oh, I like your socks, but that seam really bothers me. So I think it's stronger.
I do too.
Yeah.
But so yes, that's how you and I did the seamless version of this pattern, so I just knit around and around and around and around and around and around for 23 inches. And then yeah, so I already put the collar on, and I've already
it's beautiful
mini sleeve because Mom and I were okay.
How long does that sleeve have to be?
So the pattern calls for it to go for 6 inches, and there's every 10 rows you do a decrease like a normal sleeve. But what I'm going to do, I'm playing a big game of yarn chicken right now.
Is that it?
No.
Oh.
This is all I have left. I think I might be able to get the 6 inches. And then what I'm going to do, I have another skein of Blue Moon Fiber Arts worsted targi, which is what this is. And hang on, sorry. I'm knitting it in the Everyday Gray colorway.
I know I've got some here too.
Oh, really? It's okay. I have, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I ordered a skein of their colorway called Deep Unrelenting Gray. So it's a darker gray. And what I'm going to do is once this reaches the 6 inches, instead of doing the tiny little cuff that it calls for, because it just has like, I think maybe 8 rows of ribbing that it calls for. So it's a nice tiny little cuff that's loose. I'm going to do I think a 6x2 if the numbers work, long cuff all the way down to like a little past my arm. So I think it's going to be really cute.
I do too. You know what? The only thing that made me think of the neck, you could have done that color too.
See, and I thought of that, and I don't think I would have liked it.
Okay.
Because I feel like it would just break it up a little. Like I like the idea of having it all one color, and then just the arms being a little bit like flary.
It's going to be gorgeous. I kind of want to take some of my targi and make one.
It's this is the second one that I've knit, and I don't knit sweaters. Like people who have watched this podcast, I don't knit sweaters a lot.
I forget you have another one. You never wear that.
I do in the wintertime. But I do. I love it. Especially when I was pregnant, I wore it all the time.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I'm going to have to look at that because that would be a great car knitting one.
It's honestly like if I could see myself knitting a third one. It's one of my favorite patterns. It's by Joji Locatelli. It's big needles. It's big yarn. You fly through it. It's my favorite.
I know. I might have to do that. We'll see. I'm going to do this one first because I love this one. This I'm going to wear all summer.
Oh, definitely.
like on a cool night.
And
I
see,
feel like it's going to be the DK version of a Madewell with a shawl collar.
totally.
That's all it is.
Totally. And I think I will actually, because I've never made myself a cardigan that I really liked. I made myself
You did make the small version of the Madewell, but you didn't like it because it was too small.
way too small. And like
Featherweight.
it featherweight. And it fit me fine, like, but it was really tight. I want one in DK weight that's cozy and big and the shawl collar. Like, I just see that. And part of me would love it in this color. But
Oh.
the other part of me is like, because I know we're contemplating a brown taupey color.
Theories.
So part of me is like holding out for that.
Yeah, I'll have to dye some up for you when it's time.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have time. Obviously, I don't plan on casting a sweater on for a little while, but yeah. And I did go down a needle size for the sleeves, purely because I didn't have the next size, and Mom and I were.
It's fine. The only thing is, I think those sleeves are tight.
These ones?
No, they look really small.
They do look really small, but the thing is that this part of the sleeve, this like.
You're right. It's only for your lower. Because I was going to say you can get away with not doing all the decreases if it starts getting too small. But you also want it, if you're doing that long, it's going to be adorable.
I think it's going to be really cute. I hope.
I think it's going to be adorable.
But anyway, so that's where I'm at with this. And yeah,
Love it.
I highly recommend the pattern especially for beginner knitters. It is
the perfect first sweater if you were to ask me.
And it's bottom up. So you literally.
So no seaming.
Nothing.
Which is a thing at the beginning.
And there's also a seamed version of it. So for anybody that doesn't want to go around and around and would prefer to work in panels, there is a seamed version, and it's all within the same pattern. So.
And some people like the seams for a little sturdier of a structure. Mm-hmm. So that's a good option in a pattern.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What else you working on?
That is literally it. I have been this like a fiend because it was my goal to have the body complete by.
I have a finished object.
Let me see it because I haven't seen it since it's been blocked.
First of all, it smells delicious.
What did you use?
It's so soft. I used the rosemary one.
Wool & Co?
It's so big. I say that it's really
that seam down the center.
It's beautiful. It's really, really such a beautiful knit. Look at the lace.
I know. You're so good at lace knitting.
The lace, I will admit, made me a little crazy. I've talked about it before. Only the first row, the setup row. Because I don't know why I could not. I am a chart follower 100%. I couldn't follow the chart on this one. I don't know why.
It's so weird because Joji is typically such a good, you know what I mean?
And I think it is. I think I just had a mental block about it. So when I say the first row, it's like, well, what's the big deal? You only have it there and there. No, it's the first row of each pattern. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it was fussy. It drove me crazy. Having said that, I would knit it again and again and again because you just keep going. And most people won't find that. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was my headspace, but just look at that lace. It's worth it. That's my point. Yeah. It's worth it. I would have never.
It's gorgeous.
I love it. So I used Grey Gardens, Edward Scissorhands. Oh my God. Edward should be one of our neutrals.
It pretty much is.
Yeah. So this is Edward right here. Mm-hmm. And then pewter.
And the pewter.
And it's, go ahead.
I was just going to say the pewter is the lighter of the two grays for anybody.
The lighter of the two grays. And then Grey Garden. I use the our cashmere base, Cozy Toes. Mm-hmm. I don't know how I'm going to wear it.
Did we say what the pattern is?
Oh, Suburban Wrap.
By Joji.
By Joji. So,
you could even just wear it like that. Like,
I'm going to fall right off my chair.
I
could just wear it like that.
Totally.
It's super warm. It's super cozy. Oh,
Even in the summertime to like have it out by the pool and like have it wrapped around you.
You definitely could use it as a wrap. I'm not a huge wrap person, but you're right. Like a restaurant, I hate going to restaurants. And you know what? Honestly, even in the winter, they're freezing cold because for some reason the air conditioning is on.
Hmm.
Why?
It's because I'll tell you why. Because I worked in a restaurant for years. It's because all of the people that are
Working are melting. And I know that because I worked in a restaurant too, but shouldn't you be more concerned with your patrons?
I would be. Yes.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So I love, love, love this knit. It will come with me to Needles Up. And we have a shawl wall there, which has all our most popular shawls that we've made, and people have been loving the kits. I did not kit them because it's easier to display them all out, but all the colorways will be there if you're interested.
Yeah. So
it's heaven. My goal at Needles Up this year, and I'm hoping I can do it in Rhinebeck, it was so crazy. Like, so we weren't really in the booth a lot, which is funny. Like we were outside the booth, and which was so fantastic. I would like to be there to help people pick out colorways for things. That's going to be kind of my goal if it works. And if you see me outside of the booth and you want my help, come right up to me and say, Sue, would you mind helping me pick out colors? Because so many of our colorways play well together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird. It's just my dyeing style. I don't get it. It just happens. I don't plan it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would make this shawl again. It's a beautiful, beautiful shawl.
You can tell how squishy it is just by the way you hold it.
You can't even imagine. It is.
Ugh.
It's beautiful and it's huge, and I can't believe really how quickly I knit it.
I feel like you just cast it on.
Yeah, it's a big shawl, and the lace area works up. I shouldn't say quickly because that slowed me down the most, but it gives it the most length quickly. But the striped area, the eyelet area, mindless. And yes, I did an I-cord bind off because that's all I do now.
It just looks so polished with an I-cord bind off.
I can't stand the thought of a sloppy bind off anymore. And it could be just the way I bind off. But I love this bind off. It's worth the time.
Totally.
And it is stretchy.
Oh my gosh. For some reason, I'm so itchy right now.
Oh no. So yeah, so I have a finished object minus the ends, but it's just because it was drying.
Right.
I will weave them in today.
And that's actually something to talk about too. Do you weave your ends ends in before you block or after you block? And for me, I always do it after I block.
After.
When you
yeah. Yeah, when you think about it, when you're blocking, you're pulling it. So if you've woven them in, it's gonna
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had that question before, so it just reminded me of it.
There are times I do, but I'm aware of it if I do and do a little longer weave in. Like I have done that before, like with baby sweaters or something. It's like, I'm just going to weave in all the ends, but I'll do it a little extra.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, so finished object.
That's so amazing.
Yeah.
I have nothing else.
I have stitching.
You okay, babe? You okay? Yes. Show us your stitching.
Okay, so I'm working on, I've got to find where I put it all. The Little House Christmas on the Farm series. Oh, right here. I am so proud of myself because I just received the fourth one. I'm getting them through my local needlework shop, which is Thistle Needleworks in Glastonbury, Connecticut. And I'm on their list and they call me every time it comes. And Dad was like, why didn't you just do a mail order? It's like, because then I wouldn't have to drive there every time. 2 reasons. I think it's important to support our local shops if we have them, because we're lucky to have them. And the other reason is so selfish is I love going there and buying a little more.
No.
Which, while I was there this time to pick up, I grabbed this little.
Ooh.
So I'm doing the whole Santa series, which is a million of them. And I'm so unorganized. I don't know what I have and what I don't have. But I love this one and I saw it and I'm like, grab it while you can because they are gone super quickly. I cannot believe the difference in prices from the time I used to design to now.
Have they
It's huge, the difference.
gone up?
Huge. Huge. I don't care. I say that, and I shouldn't say that because I was a designer, and designers never, ever make enough money. So I'm happy to pay these prices.
Right.
Happy. And I do it all the time. So the Little House, for those, I feel like so many people are familiar with them. It's the Farmhouse Christmas series by Little House Needleworks. They come like this.
God.
I won't show you the chart. The thing that I'm loving and the reason I'm able to keep up is they use about 4 or 5 colors throughout, the same colors. So there's not lots of little fussy color changes, which I do enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy. I don't enjoy. I like the effect you get from them. But when you use fancy floss, which is any hand dyed,
Mm-hmm.
you get that effect without having to do all the work.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished, and I say I finished. I am missing one colorway still. So one color is missing, and I finally just ordered it because they don't seem to be able to get it in. And when they get it in, I'll take it anyways. But I ordered it from 123 Stitch, which is one of my favorite online shops.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first one.
Oh my God, I love it.
And our friend Barb has agreed to do all the finishing for me, which means they're going to be phenomenal. They are going to be made into pillow ornaments that hang on a tree. So I will have a tree specifically for the Little House, not just this series. I'm also doing Hometime Holidays.
Yes. Oh.
So this is the third one that I finished yesterday. And I picked up the fourth one. Did I just move it? I feel like I pulled it out to show and now I lost it. Hold on. I'm not crazy in love with this one, but having said that, the more I see it, the more I like it.
Oh my God, I love them all.
I know, they're just so sweet. So you have the option of making it as one big piece with 9 of the blocks, 3, 3, and 3, or however you choose. That's what I would do. Or individual ornaments. I'm kind of into individual ornaments right now because I want to have beautiful Christmas trees.
I was going to say, I feel like you have this vision of having all of your little trees around the house.
Yes. And so when I used to design, I must have been using this fabric for some teaching piece because I have about 25 of them that I kept. Oh, I just got a text. So I have tons of this fabric, and it's 32 count Belfast linen, natural, I think. And I'm so glad that I worked my eyes to get down to being able to do 32 count again because I love it.
Yeah.
And these are good size at 32 count.
Yeah.
So that has happened. Then this is the piece that's amazing. Is she hanging in there?
I'm just playing her a little bit, so if I look away, I'm not listening.
No. I don't want to make it so she gets to the point where she's not happy. So then I picked up Halloween at Hawks Run Hollow. I can't remember if I showed you this last time.
I think you might have just shown me when it came in, like we were FaceTiming.
Okay, so I love this piece. They do several series like this, and they're all amazing, but I love Halloween. I also want to have, I have so many Halloween pieces. I think I just ordered a few more. So I ordered the Picture This Plus Legacy 32 count, which is a hand dyed, which is phenomenal. I think I am going to join a Fabric of the Month club.
Ooh.
And if anyone here knows of a good one, please put it in the down bar. I'm going between, I think it's Under the Sea or Picture This Plus, where every month they send you a gorgeous hand-dyed piece of fabric. I think I'm going to do it. It would be a real treat. So I got this and I started it. I'm getting fast.
I was going to say, I feel like you just started that and look at how far you are.
This was last weekend. I concentrated on this and the farm one last weekend. I have decided that for me, weekends is stitching time.
You're very committed to your stitching. I love it.
I am, because it's allowing me, I talked about this on Periscope this morning. It's like a palette cleanse for the week.
Yes.
Like now I've gotten my fill of this. I can now go on to working for the week. I have intentions of stitching during the week, but it never happens. So Sundays especially, I stitch almost all day long. All day long. But as I was working on this, it was like, it doesn't feel like I have enough room. Like I have this thing about, I can feel when something's not working without even doing the math. It's like, oh, Miss Lily, she's like, Grandma, stop talking. It's my time.
Oh. Okay.
So anyways, I could feel, I was like, this is not enough fabric. What was I thinking? Like, and I looked and it tells you the size of the fabric on the back of this, which I can't show because I have the pattern. And I made the biggest rookie mistake ever is I assumed that was the cut of the fabric instead of adding on the 6 extra inches for the 3 inches all the way around. Just the way they said it, it felt like they had already done that.
Right.
And they hadn't. So I started to go into oh my God, I did all this work and it's not going to work anymore, blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, no, you're a problem solver, Sue. You can do this. So I was thinking about it. This is my favorite block.
Same.
And the one I'm doing now, I love. Some of these I don't love. So why can't I, which is what I'm going to do, I'm either going to do the one I've done, this one, or this one. I have to pick one more. Ooh. And have those 2 on the top and this across the bottom. And then I'm going to frame it.
So just the witch one, right? Not
the witch goes across the bottom because the witch is 2 blocks.
Yes.
So it's going to be 2 and 1. And honestly, it's going to get done. It's because this is daunting. I will say it's going to get done. And then I thought I could pick any of these and maybe next to it, frame 1 and 1.
The thing is, if they're broken into blocks, you can do it however you want.
However I want. And I love. So at first I was like, oh, darn it. And now I am so excited about this piece, over the moon excited.
I can't wait to see it done.
And the fabric is so gorgeous. If you can look closely at the modeling.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to want to work on this today. So I'm trying to go along with we all know how much I love the Housewives of Cross Stitch, Priscilla and Chels.
Yeah.
I call her Chels. Who's pregnant. It's so between her and Laura, I just feel like
I love seeing Laura's update pictures.
I do too. She's a beautiful pregnant woman. She's just so she reminds me of you. But anyways, so they have all the hashtags like Santa Sunday. So yesterday I did Santa Sunday. And then Witchy Wednesday. So I'm hoping on Wednesday to work on this a little.
I think you should try
well, and I'm done enough where I can start the witches. I have enough pieces in place where I won't get off. Oh, go ahead.
You're so good. I cannot. That is my problem with cross stitch, and even the piece that I started, I can never line it up properly.
You have to work towards it. So if I know I want to get to here, and I'm here, I'll just start working down and connecting so I'm not off. Now, having said that, there are plenty of times I'm off one thread.
And that's the thing is I do that and I feel like I'm even still off. I feel like I go cross-eyed by the time I get, I don't know.
The double glasses help a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So this is all DMC. I'm in love with this piece. I am going to order a yard, although it's super expensive, of this Picture This Plus Legacy 32 count.
It's so pretty.
I love it. I love it. I am officially a stitcher again. It's and as I'm stitching, I'm how have I not done this for years? How did I ever stop doing this? It is my absolute first love.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you just needed a break. That's what Lily thinks.
I love when she talks. So we should talk about last night when we were FaceTiming and she kept grabbing the phone and you see her giant eye. I would look up and she would have like one big eye. Oh, she is growing leaps and bounds.
It's crazy here.
Leaps and bounds. And from here on in, you have.
She's hungry.
Oh, say, Mommy, I'm hungry. Grandma, go away. I'm hungry.
Second breakfast.
She's like, she looks so much like Justin today.
Does she do like daddy?
So much like your daddy.
Almost looking at me like, how did she end up on your lap?
I know. She's like, I'm just going to look around here, Mom. So, yeah. So, that is my stitching adventures. I'm in love.
It's beautiful. I love seeing you stitch again because all your pieces you choose are like so the same style that I would love to choose if I was.
I know. I am dying to do some stitching for Lily. I have picked out her Christmas ornament for this year because she will get a Christmas ornament every year. So when she's all grown up, she'll have Christmas ornaments from Graham.
Hear that?
Ah. And this year's is so adorable.
I can't wait to see.
I know. And what I love about these for ornaments, and we've talked about this, is storage is so easy. It's not like I'm going to go to all cross stitch soon.
Yeah, like you were just about to say, you can't break them. Little pieces can't fall off of them.
No, it just feels like you could have a shoebox. Like I could have a shoebox with all of these. It's so nice. Miss Lily, how can we concentrate when that beautiful face? When you sent me that picture last night of you in the sweater, I went right to, there's Lily in the corner.
Funny, because Justin was like, do you want me to take some pictures? I was like, yeah, take some pictures so I can send it to Mom. And he would go, turn, snap, turn, snap. And then while I was turned around, he would like snap 3 of them.
Ah, Lily, say, I'm way prettier than that sweater ever. Ever.
Whoa.
Well, all right. Well, I have a meeting I've got to get to. Is there anything we've forgotten?
I don't think so.
Hey, Graham, you forgot to tell me you love me.
Hello, Grammy.
That's what we forgot.
Oh
my gosh. Well, we want her to be ready to eat. So, oh my gosh, I'm so looking forward to seeing and meeting everyone at Needles Up. I hope anyone that's in the area can make it. I feel like it will be worth it if you can. I hope it will be. Definitely. And see, what are you laughing at?
Island.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she is like constant movement.
I know.
She's going to be her Circle of Neglect is coming today.
Can't wait.
I cannot wait to see her in that.
Yeah, we got her like one of the little bouncy thing. It's not like a jolly jumper anymore because, well, 1, we don't have door jams, and 2, I don't know. I'm sure they still sell them. But anyway, it's a freestanding thing where there's like a play area in front of her and she can stand and bounce and all of that.
And she's so ready for that.
Yes, and Grandma treated us to it, so thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
It's so nice. It's so funny because we've talked about this. Is you don't want a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're just not one to have 100 outfits, and as a grandmother, that's the first thing you want to do is like get like all these little clothes, and it's almost easier to know. Nope, that's not what you want. I'd rather get you like something you really need or want.
Yeah.
Miss Lily, and I know you're gonna love it.
It's gonna be so fun. We're gonna bounce.
That's all babies do now. I swear. Like they're not gonna know what to do when whatever they're in stops bouncing, because they're gonna be sitting at their school desk bouncing
or like vibrating. Just
I know. All right, let's go while we can.
All right, sounds good.
All right, Miss Lily P, we gotta do needles up.
Needles up, Mommy.
It's like needles up time.
Ooh, she mean it, by the way. She is just like totally sucked into it.
Oh,
it's a good sign.
It's a good thing. Needles up, Lily P.
Say, okay, needles up, Grammy. What's this?
Needles up.
Okay. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. We appreciate you taking the time. And yeah.
Needles up. And so funny. Maybe we'll see you at Needles Up.
Bye, everybody.
All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.